Good evening. My name is Martin Espinoza, and the purpose of this speech is to persuade you to get proper rest of around 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Proper sleep is often neglected and ignored by the average person. In order to maintain a busy lifestyle, such as work, school, taking care of your family, recreational activities, and fitness, usually we sacrifice something to achieve all within a day. Unfortunately, many of us choose sleep. The common belief that it is okay to sacrifice sleep, and many take pride in it. This is known as sleep machismo. However, recent studies led by neuroscientist Matthew Walker have shown that 8 hours of sleep have much more benefits than just feeling well rested throughout the day. By the conclusion of this speech, I hope to persuade you all to take sleep more seriously and make decisions to help you sleep better. So what happens to our body when we sleep? Sleep is one of the 4 biological drives, along with eating, drinking, and reproducing. Every species studied to date has shown ability to sleep. For us humans, it accounts for 1/4 to 1/3 of our lifespan. During sleep, brain activity is essential. Sleep is known as a passive and dormant activity. However, it is a rather complex process that goes through various stages, and each stage has a specific purpose. There are 2 types of sleeps, non-REM and REM sleep. REM is known as rapid eye movement. For non-REM sleep, the first stage is the process of being awake to falling asleep. The second stage is light sleep, and the third and fourth stage is deep sleep, which is imperative for the ability to learn and memorize. In between these stages of sleep is the REM sleep, and that is when the eyes move very rapidly in various directions. And during this time, there's high brain activity, which often leads us to dreaming. REM sleep accounts for 20 to 25% of an adult's sleep. For infants, it's 50%. So the process of sleep is known to many. However, the negative effects due to inadequate sleep and the positive effects are not. Proper amount of sleep has many effects on your body, not only physically, but mentally, and for your overall health and longevity. In regards to physical performance, a physical activity that requires a motor skill, a full night's rest can increase the amount of what you learn. You become 20 to 30% better skilled in an activity that requires motor skill after a full night's rest than you are after the end of your last practice session. Meaning, practice does not make perfect. Practice with proper sleep makes perfect. On the opposite side, when there's a lack of sleep, your time to hit exhaustion is increased by 30%. So, for example, if a fighter trains with 8 hours of sleep every day for a 10-round fight, the night before the fight, if he gets inadequate sleep, more than likely he'll be tired by the 7th round. Additionally, the lactic acid in your muscle builds up faster. Also, your lungs' ability to expire carbon dioxide and inhale oxygen is also diminished. And it also has an effect on your peak performance. The peak performance in your muscles, the height in your vertical jump, and your top speed are all diminished when there's a decrease in your sleep. Along with the negative effects on the physical aspect, there's also the cognitive aspect. According to a study that was based on different hours of sleep, which were 7 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, and no sleep over a 2-week period, after 7 days, those with less hours than the higher ones have shown a decreased performance on the aptitude test. Also, and it is an extreme, if you're awake for 20 hours, you show the same impairment as a person who was legally drunk. So this leads to the next aspect, which is your day's performance. So for students, there was a study conducted through various high schools. A later start time in school shown to have the students had more rest. And because of this, students who started at a later time, which was 8:35 or later, did better on the national and state test, had a higher attendance rate, and less tardiness. And the students who reported to school earlier showed more signs of depression, substance abuse, as well as used more caffeine, which for teens is not healthy. Other health effects. A lack of sleep is connected to health issues in regards to longevity and your immune system. One of the most significant factors of developing Alzheimer's is a lack of sleep throughout your lifetime. Also, there's a strong link between a lack of sleep and cancer. For night shift workers who have an irregular sleep pattern and often have less sleep, the association has become so powerful that the World Health Organization has decided to classify any person, any form of night shift, as a probable carcinogen due to the disruption of your sleep pattern. So, in conclusion, my hopes to persuade you with these examples. I hope that sleep is something that we take more seriously, something that we research more into. And in my next speech, I will describe what to do in order to gain better sleep. Thank you.
Yay.